You're good.
D is to determine all the possible solutions. This is where you're going to look at the good and the bad. So Wes is trying to get Brad to duck out of baseball practice. They can go to the park, they can have fun, they could relax and not have to go to baseball. But what if the coach catches you?
I'd still go.
Sends home a note to mom and dad or gives mom and dad a call and says, hey, you know, he's got a school permit, but he wasn't at baseball tonight.
Darn.
Oh, now what could happen though? So we gotta look at both, the good and the bad, right?
I really don't know.
So you gotta determine all the possible solutions. Evaluate the positive from the negative, so that's your number E, or letter E is to evaluate. Look at that good and bad. Positive and negative. So we want to make sure that we're looking at both because it can go either way, right? Brooke, stop.
She keeps doing that.
A is going to be act. Develop a plan of action. And L is to learn from your decisions. So I'm going to read you a story and we're going to go through these. And our story is, all right, it's Saturday and you're looking forward to hanging out with friends and having some fun. However, you get 2 phone calls in the morning that make you stop and think. First, a friend calls to invite you to an all-day basketball tournament. With tickets, lunch, and dinner, you figure you'll spend $50. That would put a dent in the money you're saving for a future goal. Then your neighbors call offering you the opportunity to help paint their apartment. They will pay you $75 for the day of work. What will you do? This is going to happen someday. You've got plans. You're going to go hang out with some friends. And all of a sudden the phone rings and says, I got these tickets to the baseball game or the basketball game. Do you want to go? You know, look at tickets, lunch, dinner, because it's a ways away, so you got to eat and everything. It's going to be about $50 for the day. Or another phone call. You can make $75 by coming over to paint. But the problem is, you were looking forward to hanging out with your friends.
Take the money any day.
You would take the money any day. So if we looked at this to identify our problem, what's our problem?
One friend wants you to go to basketball game.
Okay, so our problem is going to a basketball game. Painting. Or hanging out with our friends.
Mm-hmm.
So that's our problem, right? Now you have to make that decision. How are you to make it? Determine all the possible solutions. You could go to the basketball game, spend $50. You could do that and not go with your friends, right? Would you feel guilty doing that?
Could.
So you could go to the basketball game. So one could go to the basketball game. You could go paint the house, right? And earn $50 or $75.
75, not 50.
You're going to spend $50 here. Now remember, you've got a goal that you're saving money for. Maybe you want a new car. Or there's a new 4-wheeler you want. Or maybe there's a new video game you want. So you got to save money to get it. So you've got this goal you want to save for. Or you can go hang out with your friends and you're not going to make money.
Or spend money.
Or spend money. Right? You're not gonna make money, but you're not gonna spend money. You're gonna do what you originally planned on doing, was to go hang out with your friends.
The best ones.
Let's look at this. What would be a positive for going to the basketball game?
Did you watch basketball?
Okay, you could watch the basketball game. Maybe it's somebody you really like, right? So I'm going to erase this and get us a little room. So when we evaluate, a positive would be, for one, see a team we like. What would be a negative?
Spending $50.
Spending money. Not seeing your friends.
So, you know, there's a lot of days where you can see your friends.
And what would be another negative? Is there something else in there? Spending $50, you're not seeing your friends, you've got this long-term goal. Are you gonna reach your goal by spending that $50?
Nope.
We're not gonna reach our goal, right? So that's one way of doing it. See, if you chose that we're gonna go to the basketball game, we're gonna get to see a team we like. We'll probably get to see one friend, right? Hang out with one friend. So that would be kind of fun to do, right? So let's develop an action plan. What are we going to do? What would we do for an action on that? Your friends are calling, they really want you to go out and hang out. These 2 phone calls come in. So your action plan would be, you could say, you know, to the person with the basketball game, could you say, you know, that's a lot of money right now I'm saving for maybe a new video game or a new 4-wheeler or whatever.
No one needs video games.
So you could say,
But I shouldn't be talking.
you could say that. You could say, you know, I'm really saving for that, so I don't want to spend money. Or you could even say nicely, another action would be, you know, I'd already made plans for this night. Hey, thanks for asking me, but I don't want to spend that money right now. Right? Now, Brad said right away he was going to choose going to paint and earn $75.
Like right now, I need money. I'm broke.
You need money right now, so right away he chose. I'm going to go paint and earn $75. You know, that's gas in his gas tank, or maybe he's got a goal he's working on. Maybe there's some new football equipment he wants, or something for his truck that he wants. So for him, he's looking at $75. That's a lot of money in my gas tank, and that means I could go different places. And then we need to look at what you learned. So here's your action, what you're going to do. What did you learn from this? Did you learn to be a good friend and say, I really did tell my friends I was going to hang out with them tonight, and I'm not going to go back on it? Or you could say, I learned that I ended up going to the basketball game and I spent that $50, but man, I really didn't have that much fun. Not like I thought I would. So that could be a way to learn. You learned you really didn't have as much fun as you thought you were. You spent a lot of money and it wasn't as much fun as I thought it was going to be. Maybe it wasn't one of your best friends going. Maybe it was just an acquaintance or a friend that watches the same team you do. So that's all the way to learn. Okay, I'm going to give you guys a chance to find a partner to work with. Autumn and Brad? Autumn and Brad? Great.
Glad I had a choice.
You did.
Well,
Okay, you guys read that one, and we're going to go through that one together. Levinus and Brooke. Use your sheet, look at your ideal sheet, read through your story, and see if you can identify all the parts. Turn that off. Is her figured out?
I have seen recently that I haven't got
This
rid of that.
depends.
Depends.
Depends if I'm broke or not already.
Or it depends.
Depends on if you're broke. Which one did you get? Which letter?
Or
B.
You got letter B.
or it depends on how long I haven't seen this person.
So yours says spring break will start next Monday and you'll have 2 weeks off from school. Your uncle tells you he can get you a job working for him for the week. You've been saving money to buy a used car and the earnings from this job would help out. Your cousins in Florida want you to come visit them for spring break. They have a nice home with a swimming pool and you always have a great time with them. What will you do?
No, she's
Ooh.
Well, it depends if how far away from the car am I?
And also,
Okay.
And also depends on how long I've seen this person. If I've seen this person recently, I'll go for cash.
Okay, so you're both looking at getting the job for the money. If you're close enough to maybe, Brad said, if I'm like right there and I can get a little bit of money and have it, my car like in 2 weeks,
Yeah, then I'll go to my.
then you'd go to your cousin's house in
Yeah.
Florida? If you were that close, or would you stay and work and get the money and have your car? Ooh, there's the other problem. So if we were looking at your guys's, what would be our problem? Identify the problem. What would it be?
I have another. How far is the job away from where you live?
Okay, how far away is the job that you have to?
How far is the job away, and how far are your cousins away?
Okay,
Because if like my cousins are about maybe a state away, but the job is like 5 states away, well, then Florida.
okay. So if you have to go and live somewhere else, you don't want to have to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. So your problem is, do I take the job or do I go to Florida? Would that be what your problem is?
Yep.
How are you going to determine all the solutions? You just did. How far away is the car payment to being done? How far away is the job? And is Florida closer or is that job closer? Maybe you haven't seen your cousins in 2-3 years.
Yeah.
Would that make a difference?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Maybe if you haven't seen your cousins in a while. Let's look at the negatives and the positives. Say you decide I'm going to go to my cousins in Florida. What's going to be a negative from that?
I don't get the cash.
Yeah. Well,
Okay, you don't get the money.
that's a negative.
So if we go to Florida, so we're going to say we're going to go to Florida. A negative is going to be no money.
No money.
Is there any other negatives?
You're wasting your
Negative.
gas to go there.
You're spending your car money on gas.
Okay, spending money now. What if you don't get along with your cousins when you're there?
No, that's bad.
That could be another thing to look at, right?
Bad day, I guess.
Never do it again.
I just go over there for the pool. Depends, is it in ground or above ground?
Okay, now you're getting picky.
Yeah, I am.
And a positive would be the pool.
Is it in ground and how deep is it?
It's a 14-footer. You better have a.
In ground. How deep is the pool?
You better have a high board.
It's called a high dive.
Diving boards.
High dive. Whatever.
What did you say?
High board.
So those are all things that you're looking at, is that pool's a positive thing, but then now he's thinking, oh, but there could be some negative drawbacks. If it's not in ground, if it's not very deep, I mean, they might be saying it's 14 foot long, wide, but it might be 3 foot deep.
It's a hot tub.
Could be a hot tub. So that would be something to think about, right?
Yeah.
So what's your action gonna be on this one? What are you gonna do? What would you do?
Depends. Which one of those is it?
I would stay and get the money. Because there's a good possibility in the fight and I wouldn't probably go there again.
Okay, Autumn says
My family fight, so
she's gonna work.
no.
She wants the money.
I want the money.
She wants the money.
I want the money.
Where am
That's
I
more
working
magic
at?
cards she can buy.
More magic card.
Where am I working at and how much does it pay?
Forceville.
Maybe you're working at
Well,
a football stadium.
I'll help
How much does it pay?
Maybe you're earning, let's say you're gonna earn $10, $15 an hour and all you're doing is taking tickets.
Yeah, I'm
Boring.
I'm staying there.
You're working here then?
Yeah.
Brad's decided he's gonna stay too. What'd you learn?
Nothing.
Oh, I think you did.
no.
Really? You don't think you learned anything?
Nope.
By staying here and working, you don't think you're gonna learn anything
Nope.
for making that choice?
Nope.
You wouldn't learn to work towards a goal?
No, I think we learned.
Working towards a goal is something you learn to do?
Yeah, how to meet your goals.
Okay, so how to meet those goals. Okay, girls, what'd you have?
C.
You had C. Oh. You're at the beach, away from your family, hanging out with your friends. Oh, see, they got a fun one, guys. You have access to alcohol and weed, are encouraged to partake and feeling pressure to fit in. You are just a few weeks from graduating and have applied for a great paying, high demand job that offers you a great career after high school. Drug testing is a prerequisite, and random drug testing continues after you start the job. A positive drug test will keep you from getting and keeping the job. Not partying from your friends may result in alienation. What do?
What does that mean?
Wait, say that again.
They're at a beach, hanging out, and there's alcohol and weed.
Okay.
And what happens if they don't hang out with their friends?
And they're encouraged to partake and feeling pressure to fit in. So their friends are putting the peer pressure on them.
Okay.
You are just a few weeks from graduating and have applied for a great paying, high demand job that offers you a great career after high school.
This is easy.
Drug testing is a prerequisite, and random drug testing continues after you start the job. A positive drug test will keep you from getting and keeping the job. Not partying with your friends may result in alienation. What will you
What's that
do?
mean?
This is
Alienation means your friends aren't going to deal with you anymore. They don't want to be. They don't want to be with you.
I'd be on the beach. I'm just kidding.
You'd be on the beach.
No, I'm just kidding. No.
I hope not.
No. If I lose a friend because of drugs and alcohol, that is totally fine by me.
Okay, if you lose a friend because of drugs and alcohol, you're fine with that.
Yep.
Rather focus on a career, and my friends want to continue doing drugs. That's their problem.
Okay, so you're gonna make it their problem. What do you guys think? It was your problem.
Well, I'll have to be polite and say that something came up in my family and I have to go home.
Okay, so you're just gonna make a little fib and say, oh, something came up, so I'm going home.
I could just go to a different beach.
You would go to a different beach, but all your friends are
Go to a
there.
different beach.
So,
Wow.
all your friends are there, so now you're gonna leave and alienate your friends anyway, so why don't you go home and take that job?
I would go
You're gonna make your
back
friends
to
mad.
Because Brooke doesn't like to work, and she just wants to be on a beach.
I mean, I would go get a job.
She wants to get
but
attacked by sharks.
I mean,
I'm not gonna get no attacked by no
you
shark.
gotta remember, you're looking at a job where they're gonna do drug testing, so you don't wanna hang out on
I
the beach
would
and do
take the
drugs.
job then. Never mind.
Right? And then, but now you're gonna lose your friends.
Darn.
Well, too bad.
Darn.
Yeah.
You guys are all okay with losing your friends over that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably a good choice because are they your true friends then? If
Nope.
they're pushing you and pressuring you into doing something you know is wrong and you know is not right, are they your friends?
Nope.
No, they're not. They really are not. So those are all things that we gotta look about. At this, do you think this would help if you had a major problem? You could sit down and look at this and go, yeah, that does help a little better. No, I really wouldn't use this.
No.
I use
No.
stuff like this when I solve problems. This is what I do. So, and I think once you guys got used to doing it, and I think we'll practice a little more on this, I think you guys will just come second nature and go, oh, I know what the problem is. The problem is I have to make this decision if I'm going to do this or I'm going to do this. Okay, I can choose any of these, but now I have to look at what's the benefits and the negatives. Hanging out at the beach with all the drugs and the
Yeah.
alcohol. when you've got a job that's waiting for you, but you know they drug test, probably
You're
not
gonna
the
get
best
the
decision,
job.
right? I think I'd be looking at a job that's gonna give us a lengthy stay somewhere and good money and. All right, turn your sheets in. Turn your sheets in. And I will let you have the rest of the time and you may, yes, go to the restroom.